So in the 50s, when this rock and roll first came out, though, you didn't like it, and I guess other people of your generation didn't like it, and it was referred to as the devil's music, right?
They still do today.
Yeah.
Some people call it the devil's music. And it has.
But now you have to say at 77, Elvis has grown on it, hasn't he?
Oh, yes.
So now you appreciate it, where then you just didn't like it at all. So it took a little time for it to set in.
I didn't care. I was just, like I said, a country. I listened to country songs on radio and television.
Bluegrass and
Yeah.
country and gospel.
Because that's all I ever did.
Yeah.
But now.
It just seemed a little bit wild.
Well,
Seemed
it
a little
just
bit out of
wasn't.
control.
I just thought they were doing it the right way. But then when they get to playing all this gospel,
Yeah.
he can't be beat.
You love his voice.
He can't be beat.
He did have a great voice. Yeah. All right. And then the 50s lead us into the 60s with all the hippie generation, all that, and also Vietnam. Do you remember Vietnam being on TV all the time, and being in the news virtually every day? Did that have any effect on you at all? Was it something? Oh, yeah, that's right, Korea led into Vietnam. So was that a topic of discussion?
We had a neighbor, very good, close neighbor, where I'm with, was in Korea. And he said that he was so enthused that he got through being over there and didn't get hurt or injured or they were just scared to death to wait for his wife and child. They later would come back on that child. But we just discussed something happened in Korea. Until somebody insulted him in the minds. I don't remember who said it was. Just told him, said, look, Carl, said, leave, but we know he went to Korea. And said, leave Korea in Korea. And this is Jewel Valley. Let's work here in Jewel Valley. And Carl says, we went ahead and calmed him down a little bit. But he had something different to talk about that they didn't have.
That's right. They didn't.
And they didn't appreciate it.
They couldn't relate to it.
No, because they hadn't
been
been there.
Just working the whole time, and they didn't really have a way to relate to that.
Everything that would happen, it would probably bring memories back to him. Maybe like the bombs turn faces up, like the shooting gold would turn the whole thing up. And maybe he would discuss it out of order, but he didn't mean to be boasting. I don't think. Well, he died. He had a heart attack in the mines and died. Good neighbors.
So as far as Vietnam goes, though, now I know the world was, the world country at least, was divided in half. You had the hawks and the doves, people that were pro-war and anti-war. And I guess you guys were pro-war. Sure. Did you even really think about it?
Well, your grandpa kept up with all the news. He would come in and whatever movie or soap opera, whatever I was watching, if it was news time, he would just reach over and then
take
have
over
the road.
Right.
He'd say the news is on. Let him come on by and see it. And he would just read it. And I would sometimes get mad because I'd be right in the middle, whatever I was watching. But I understood, we only had one television, he worked, I had it all day. So that gave me a chance to go on and get on dishes and whatever had to be done. I jumped in about that call up, ready to take over when we went to bed.
Okay. So then in 79, because of this injury that Grandpa had in the mines, decided to go back to retire early, and you moved from Richland, Virginia to Butler, Tennessee. Now, how did he know? Yeah, Blue Ridge to Butler. How did he know about Butler?
He had went down there and gone down there for years fishing about every payday. Watauga Lake. It was huge. We just opened that lake up, and it took the whole town. Butler, Tennessee, it took the whole town. And a lot of the houses they moved, they were killed in Jack's house was and he bought him a boat, and he bought him a camper. And I would go with him sometimes, and he would sometimes take the boys. Always a friend would go out, a drinking buddy and a fishing buddy. And that was his life, of course.
See. So anyway, you moved there to the homestead in Butler, and lived there for how many years?
We moved down there in 79, and lived there till 2000.
That's right. I think that's right. Yeah. And meantime, you had a lot of grandchildren. I was born in 75. I know a bunch of my cousins were born in the 70s. So your family got exponentially bigger, got bigger and bigger. And so by the time you moved to this big homestead, Butler, you had an awful lot of family down there, so they would visit. So I know personally, I have a lot of fond memories that was sad what they've done to me. Anyway, I appreciate you letting me do this interview, Grandma. I just want you to know that I love you and we all love you. I'm grateful to have you. Been very blessed.
Well, thank you. I've been blessed to have all the grandchildren. I lost my 2 sons and my husband and dad. Still have my daughter and her 2 children. And got a new one on its way, and a new great-grandchild.
That's right, that's right.
And then Charlie had little Charlie 2 years ago, so my family's still growing.
Still growing.
Yeah. And when you get married, and then Danielle and Amber gets married, still be growing families. So
That's right.
the days will live on. From day to day, they will live on. But they won't even know their kin today. You can make them a copy of that. Once the girls.
Okay.
They're Dave on their generation. They're Radcliffe, Dave, Altizer, Brown,
Right.
Alfred, Davis. That's on my side. They're White and White on their daddy's side, but the 2 grandparents were no kin. And Gilbert, White and White, would be Gilbert's mother and her dad. And Gilbert's dad was Gilbert and Street. So they're mixed with Gilbert and Street. Now the girls are mixed with Pierce and White, a different breed of White. And you were mixed with those of the McLaughlin
Gilbert.
and Gilbert, and who was
And my granny's maiden name was Powers.
Powers. See, we just keep expanding,
That's right.
and everybody is kin to somebody all the time.
That's right.
Even
All
back
linked.
to the days of Adam and Eve.
That's right.
Everybody is related somewhere. We might be kin to Uncle Saddam. Leave that
Let's
alone.
hope not. All right.
We might be, because he's over there in the Bible lands,
That's right.
and that could be where God made close by where He made the Garden of Eden and put Adam and Eve in.